My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. Hit subscribe right now. We're on our way to 120,000 subscribers. Check out my live streams. They are epic. A CNN panel mocked Kanye West for his support of Trump. They said the most despicable things that I'm not going to repeat here. You can just type in Kanye West on Google, and you'll find what Don Lemon and the CNN panel were laughing at or joking about. And it's disgusting and it's vile because Democrats, they demand complete loyalty and allegiance. I know this. There were editors when I was writing a couple years back, when I was a Bernie Sanders supporter, when I thought that he would actually fight for his voters. There were editors that said, no, don't publish H.A. Goodman. I'm not going to go into who, but pretty well-known people. Oh, no, don't publish this guy. He's going to influence people with negative thoughts. Later on, there was the Russians. They cheated Bernie Sanders. They blamed Russia. Then they got Bernie to blame Russia also, which was the same dumb thing they used against him. Oh, he honeymooned in Russia. He's a commie. He's a socialist. All of those things. Democrats demand obedience and loyalty and allegiance, and if they don't get that, they do you like they did Bernie. And then they demand everyone react the way Bernie Sanders reacted. They cheated him, and they demand if you cheat or attack or insult or demean, they think that after you've experienced those things, you will then fall in line and campaign for them and just be very loyal, regardless of any feelings or emotions or, political thought. They expect everyone to behave like Bernie Sanders. They're going to blame Bernie Sanders again, after they've already blamed, many Democrats have already blamed him for the 2016 loss. They're going to blame him again because on RT's Crosstalk, on May 30th, I stated on television, May 30th, before Kavanaugh, Republicans will keep the House and keep the Senate, and they're going to gain in the Senate. I wrote a Daily Caller article that's below. 6 reasons Republicans will keep the House and Senate. I state that every day. Be here on this channel, November 6, 2018. Republicans will keep the House and keep the Senate, and they're going to gain in the Senate. It's going to be a liberal meltdown, epic implosion. You'll need an ark. You'll need to build an ark to save yourself from the tsunami of liberal tears. And it's going to be fantastic and very enjoyable. But what they're doing to Kanye West is they're demanding allegiance, they're demanding loyalty of somebody who doesn't have to give the Democratic Party, you, me, Kanye, nobody in America or in the world has to give their allegiance or loyalty to the Democratic Party. Now, as a Jewish American, let me explain. Jews in America vote 70% Democrat. Latinos in America vote 70% Democrat. Asian Americans in America vote 70% Democrat. Black voters vote over 90% Democrat. The Democratic Party ceases to exist. The Democratic Party will no longer do Bill and Hillary Clinton's bidding if black voters vote along the same percentages as Jewish voters, Asian voters, Latino voters. Okay, they already lost the white vote, so white women voted for Trump over Clinton. They've lost the white vote for a long time. So Kanye represents an existential threat. An existential threat. Okay? People say, oh, H.A., your voice has changed. Well, my voice hasn't changed. Maybe it's the mic. But if I could go even lower, Kanye West represents an existential threat to the Democratic Party. The existence of the Democratic Party rests upon 90+% of black voters voting Democrat. If, and we're not talking about, a complete reversal. We're just talking about 10 to 15 to 20%. If you get 80%, if you have, for example, there was about 8 or 9% of black voters who voted for Trump in 2016. If you have, let's say, 20% of black voters, if you have 15 to 20%, that hurts the Democratic Party immeasurably. Why? Well, somebody should educate Jimmy Kimmel or Bill Maher. There are over 30 state legislatures that are controlled by Republicans. Over 30. There are over 30 governors' mansions controlled by Republicans. The Republicans have the majority in the House. They will keep that. Midterms 2018. The Republicans have the Senate, and they'll gain in the Senate 2018. And obviously the President Trump. Trump is going to go 8 years. I've been saying that, okay? Democrats had a chance with Bernie Sanders. I do believe Bernie Sanders would have won had he not been cheated. I would have been right about that. And you just wait. I'll be right about Hillary Clinton eventually getting indicted, just like I was in 2016 when I was saying endlessly she's unelectable. I wrote that in the Huffington Post a million times, in Salon a whole bunch of times, in The Hill a whole bunch of times. I was a contributor to The Hill. I said that she would lose. One of my articles in 2015 is why Trump defeats Hillary Clinton. That's part of the title. I stated on this YouTube channel also, Hillary Clinton loses to Trump. Sorry. That's Debbie Wasserman. I'll put her on hold. But, so I was right in 2016. I'll be right again in 2018. And I'm telling you something as I mute this phone, which I should have done. The existence of the Democratic Party rests upon 90+% of black voters. If there's 45 million black Americans, so or 42 million, if you have a crucial, a very important voting constituency within the Democratic Party, no longer voting over 90%, and then you get to the levels of Asian Americans, Latinos, Jewish voters, then you're looking at the Democratic Party. They're already down in terms of influence. Republicans pretty much control every aspect from the state level to the Congress of American politics. What do you think happens if Kanye West, his thought process, his prestige, perhaps people say within the black community, hey, you know what? There's certain things that Kanye is saying make sense. What if people throughout the country, not just black voters, say, hey, wait a second, Kanye West affects the Jewish voters, affects Latino voters, affects Asian Americans, affects everybody. Kanye West is a cultural phenomenon. Like Trump, he's his own walking media machine. He's an existential threat to the Democratic Party. He's an existential threat to the Democrats. So obviously CNN is going to say the most ruthless, vile. People are even going after, he went to a hospital. So what? So what? Could you imagine if Ford had gone to a hospital and how dare you bring that up? Oh, but it's okay to mention with Kanye. Oh, okay, I see how that goes. These people are vile and ruthless. I've seen it firsthand. Nobody knows who I am, really. But on a microscopic level, I've seen how vicious they are. They try to write hit pieces on me. You can type my name in. You see a whole bunch of hit pieces on me. Because they demand obedience, loyalty, allegiance. If they don't get it, they go into attack, defame, libel, hurt, insult mode. You need to break away and walk away and run away and tell the Democratic Party to go someplace where the sun don't shine. 2018, be on this channel. We're going to have a party. We're going to party. Okay, if I could play some Kanye music without the copyright issue, I would. Republicans are going to keep control of the House and keep control of the Senate. I've been calling it since May of 2018. November 6, 2018, I will be right once again like I was in the 2016 election when I said forever that Clinton couldn't win. Give me your thoughts below. What they're doing to Kanye is reprehensible, disgusting, just evil. They're going to lose because, like Trump, Kanye West doesn't need them and is actually more powerful than them. Give me your thoughts below. Thank you so much for listening.